Okay, we are ready to get started here. I'm trying to get this screencast to stay on. There we go. Okay, everybody should see the screen now. It is good to see everybody. Oops, let me turn down the volume over here on this other screen. I can hear myself. Want to welcome everybody to tonight's training. We're going to have a great time, an enjoyable time. It's good to see everyone. Good to have everyone here. Okay, we're going to get a little bit of housekeeping out of the way here. I hope everybody brought your pen and paper. Tonight, we're going to have a little office chat. And it's going to be a little bit different. I want to do it just like as if you came to my office. So go ahead and start thinking about your questions now and what you would ask me if you actually paid me as a consultant to come to my office and sit down and talk. And we're going to talk about follow-ups, and I'm going to share with you some real life situations in my own company right now. And I try to do this when things happen and when things change and when I learn new things and learn different things that keeps my business going, that will keep your business going, that will make everything fall into place. But more importantly, the things that will increase your revenues and or, in this case, decrease your revenues in a serious way. So you want to make sure that you do the things that we're going to talk about to increase your revenues, because that's the most important thing that you can do. We're also going to show you in tonight's training how you can go in. Everybody, if you don't have the new website yet, if you haven't upgraded to the new website yet, I highly recommend you doing that. It was kind of amazing today. I got a order and I got a credit card from Stripe. And I use Stripe for many, many, many different things, but I did not recognize this particular order amount. And I was like, what is going on here? So I started looking, and guess what? I got a new order off my new website. and of course, I've had getdigi.mobi out for a long time. And so I got an order off my website, and It was really exciting. So I want you to think about the website. We're going to talk about the website in a few minutes, but that website, the way it's configured with the recurring payments and the whole 9 yards, that is now your point of sale system. That is the place you need to go. That is what you need to do. So it's a great, great, great place to showcase your apps. And as I'm going to show you in a minute, a place where you can put your sales videos that you've had created for the other website. What do you say, Kenny Dutton? How you doing, buddy? And so, but let's get a little bit of housekeeping out of the way. If you have not joined our YouTube channel, join our YouTube channel at youtube.com/InstantAppWizard. And if you have not liked us on our Facebook page, go to facebook.com/InstantAppWizard. Also, and tonight, because of the time change on Sunday, you might have got 2 different messages from the text system. And it happens every time the time changes. So don't fret. Training did not change. And if you went there for the first one, you probably realized that it's now the second one. Also, the really cool thing is if you sign up to our YouTube channel when training starts, whoops, I just pushed on it. You will get an alert from YouTube, our YouTube channel, that the live training has started. So it's a great way. You get 2 great reminders. But type app call, APPCALL, to 727-478-1343. And of course, our famous Facebook group. If you've not joined our Facebook group, you do have to be a member of Facebook. You have to have your own page, your own personal page, in order to join the group. If you have not joined the group, I highly recommend. It's a great place to be. It's a great thing to do. And it's really, you learn so much in that group. We have so many talented people that are in that group. If you have not gone inside the Facebook group, if you have not gone in and done your review, so you have the chance to do your 1 free year of texting on any app you want, and I hope it's your app, please do that. Go in and do your review. We're going to have Woodrow's daughter actually draw live on our training, not this next week, but the next week. And those that put in their review, Woodrow's going to take that and they're going to write it on a piece of paper and they're going to put it in a fish bowl, and his daughter will be drawing live right on the training. I'm excited about that. To me, that's the fun stuff, you know. That's the fun stuff you get to do. And all you have to do is go in and give us your feedback and on training and products and support, and write a review, and you will be entered automatically to win 1 free year of texting on the app of your choice. So with that said, I want everybody to sit back. I don't have like a bunch of slides tonight. We're going to talk business, just as if you walked into my office and you said, Carrie, I need you to consult me. And here's $250. And I'm going to sit down and I want you to consult me, and I want you to share with me where I'm going wrong and my business is failing. I need your help. I need you to give me some direction. And there's going to be several things I'm going to ask you. The first thing I'm going to ask you is this, and I want you to listen to what I'm saying, because if I'm going to ask you these questions, that means these are the things that you need to be doing. So get out your pen and paper, because I want you to take notes, because this is what happens. If I put everything on a slide, you're going to sit there and you're not going to pay attention, because you're going to say, oh, you know what? I'll be able to watch this later and I want you to actually take notes. This is your business, and I want you to do nothing more than succeed. Success is what we all go into business for. Nobody, I can't think of anybody I've ever met, no one I've ever met that says, oh, you know what, I think I'm going to start a business. So, no, you can't get a 50% discount. I want to go into business and fail. I don't know if any of you have, I don't know why the group is so quiet. There's several people in here tonight. And that number is always about 50% of what's actually in here because it doesn't update on time. But people don't wake up in the morning and say, you know what, Carrie, I want to get into InstantAppWizard, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna start an app company, and I'm gonna sit at home and I'm gonna do absolutely nothing, and I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna follow my face, and I'm gonna throw my money out the window, and I don't want to do anything. If you do that, I can think of a bunch of other ways you can spend your money. Just send it to me in Woodrow, and we're going to save it up, and we're going to take a vacation on you, because that's really what's going to happen. When you sit down at my desk, or we're sitting on the phone, and I've talked to many of you many times. I've consulted with many of you many times. The first question I'm going to ask you is, tell me what your day is. And the responses I get are really all over the place. A lot of people say, well, you know what? I get up in the mornings and I get ready to. And I could never understand get ready to. What does get ready to do what? I mean, what are you going to get ready to do? I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. What are you going to get ready to do? You should already be ready to get up and go to work. You should already be ready to get up and go talk to clients. You should already be ready to demonstrate the apps. There is absolutely nothing you need to get ready to do. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I know the YouTube thing is kind of weird tonight. But anyway, I see people talking now. So what are you going to get ready to? You should be prepared, and this is exactly what I would tell you. If you wake up in the mornings and you're not prepared to go to work and do the things that you have to do, then you're going to have the most unproductive day that you've ever had, because you're walking out blind and you don't have a clue what you're doing. You should know what area you're going to, what direction you're going, what businesses you're going to talk to. You should have a folder set up on your phone that's got different businesses in it, whether it be auto repair, whether it be beauty shops, whether excuse me, whatever the niche is. You should have those folders set up on your phone, and you should know where you're going, what niches are in that area, and exactly what you're going to be doing. And that's where you should be. That's exactly what you should do. Yeah, somebody said snoozing. You know, you're probably sleeping. That's probably true. So when you wake up in the morning, you got to know exactly where you're going. And if you don't know where you're going or what you're doing, then you're going to fail. It's just that simple. You know, and I know that's a bold statement, but it's going to happen because you have no direction in your business. So you're going to go out and you're going to start talking to your customers. You're going to start talking to your clients. You know what's amazing? And this is something, and I'm going to bring this up because I will tell you a story. I've got a sales rep who literally, I mean, I almost pull my hair out. Okay. I like totally almost pull my hair out, you know, and because she doesn't do the things she's supposed to do. And so what I did was I made up this little sheet, okay? And on that little sheet, it says what clients she went to see. And you don't need to do it just for her. You need to do this for yourself. So if you're sitting at my desk, the first thing is I would ask you is, show me your client book. Show me the clients that you've talked to over the last 30 days, okay? Show me who you've talked to, and I want to see the disposition of every single client. We're going to go through them step by step, and we're going to start at the top. And I'm going to say, okay, guys, here's XYZ Plumbing. You went in, you talked to them, you didn't talk to them, you didn't talk to the manager, you didn't talk to the owner, no one was in. What did you do? Did you set an appointment? Did you set a follow-up? Where is the appointment that's on record that you actually did something? Or are you just going in there and talking to people because you know you got to go talk to people? How can you go back and evaluate your day and know what you've done if you don't know what you've done? So the first question I would start asking you is this. After you told me about your day, I want to see your client book. And you start showing me your client book, and we start going down through there, and I look over the last 30 days of your clients. And you're keeping a record of everything you do during the day, and you're keeping this very meticulously because you want to be able to go back and look at your own notes. Because I can promise you, we do forget, okay? We forget a lot of things, all right? We forget who we saw yesterday. We forget when we talked to them and what was said. So what you need to do is you need to keep very accurate notes. Now, every single one of you are walking around with what's called a smartphone. And on that smartphone, you can literally take care of and put your notes in your smartphone. So when you're sitting down at my desk and I say, okay, could you go over your schedule last week? You should be able to pull out your calendar and click on every single bit of the information that you did, okay? And that the people you talked to, what their disposition was, when you did another follow-up, and how many times you followed up with them. If you do not know that, then you're not going to be very successful. Yeah, you're going to sell apps because you're going to have what's called first-time buyers, okay? You're going to go out and you're going to talk to 10 people, and you're going to sign up 2 of them, and you're so excited because you just made $500 that day, and you know, everything is kind of like you know, oh well, you know, I had a great day. You go back home, you're so happy, you talk to your wife, and you still don't have a clue what you did. See, there's a difference in going out and making sales and building your business. There's a huge difference in being a salesperson and being a business owner. And when I talk to people, resellers, just like yourself, and they tell me the things they do, I never hear that they own a business. I never hear what their projected return on investment is on a certain campaign that they've done. Did you know I could just about ask probably anyone on here, and none of you could tell me how many people you talked to over the last 60 days? I could probably ask you on here tonight, out of those number of people over the last 60 days, how many times total have you followed up with them? Did you send them an email? Did you do a phone call? Did you do any type of correspondence? Did you stop back by? Is there any of those things that you did? Any of those things? So if you didn't, then guess what? You're not maximizing the potential of your business. You're not maximizing the potential of the things that you do to create the revenue that you want. You've set a bar that is below the place you want to be, and you accept that. Because you say, oh, well, I went out and I sell 2 apps every day. What about the 6 out of 10 that you're missing? Because you didn't know who you talked to, when you talked to them, or when you went back and talked to them, and you have no way of staying in contact with them. The next question I'm going to ask you is, have you built a list? How many of you have ever heard the money's in the list? And I know you're thinking about money because y'all are putting all those emoticons or whatever you call them all over the screen instead of paying attention. So I know you're thinking about something other than making money. But ask yourself, okay, what did I do to build my list? Did I get their email address? Did I get their phone number so that I can add them to my texting list? Did I do anything at all to build a list so I can do what? Follow up. You see, without a list, and I don't care who you are or how good you are, without a list, you cannot follow up. Without a tracking system, you cannot follow up. Without anything, you cannot follow up. That's right. You said it absolutely. That is so correct. Once made a sale on the 11th touch. Most salespeople never get past number 2. The company didn't have a follow-up system, but I had my own. And that is so true, Michael Cahill. Do you know the average sale is made on the 7th attempt? The average sale is closed on the 7th attempt. Not the 1st or the 2nd or the 3rd. The average sale is closed on the 7th attempt. And most companies, especially your own, do not have a follow-up system. Most companies, especially your own, you don't know who you talked to last month. And when you sit down with me and I ask you that, I ask you that question, this is going to be the next words out of my mouth. When you're ready to run a business, come back and see me. Because if you just want to be a sales rep, then you're doing exactly what you need to do. You're going to go out and make a couple of sales every day, and with new contacts, while all the gravy is sitting there boiling and burning. And you know, as that gravy is sitting there boiling and burning, guess what's going to happen? I'll never forget, Will Sims posted this in the group one time. I'll never forget this. And I believe it was a bank. And he had gone by there and he told himself in his mind, you know, I need to go in and call on them. I need to go in and call on them. I need to go in and call on them. And lo and behold, he drove by the bank one day, and what was in the window? A QR code to scan for their app. Procrastination will kill a business. Follow-up procrastination will break a business. Because you cannot sustain daily life without the follow-up. Yeah, it's great to make $500 a day. But what happens when things start changing and the business models start changing and the technology starts changing? Then guess what happens? Your sales start doing what? They start fluctuating. So you have to maximize every single sale that you make. Every single sale. And the only way to maximize that sale is through follow-up. So if you go out today and you talk to 5 people, you should know every single person that you talk to. You should know if you spoke to the decision maker and or not. You should know if that person was ready to buy and or not. You're trying to do things that excuse me, man, I'm about to choke to death. You're trying to do things the hard way. You see, the important thing is you do it the easy way. Isn't it so much easier to walk out to your car, type in the information on your phone, sit down with them, and know exactly what they said and while it's fresh on your mind? Or is it better to go talk to 5 or 6 people over the next whatever, 5 or 6 hours, and you don't have a clue by the time you get home at night what's going on. Not a clue. I mean, that's very, 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 very hard to do, is to remember all the things you need to remember about your clients, especially when it wasn't a sale. What did he say? Okay. Need to stop smoking, Carrie. I don't have a clue what that means. I don't smoke. Oh, I need to stop smoking because I'm coughing. Yeah, I get you now. I got you now. I follow you. So follow up is the key. Now, the number one question I get all the time is, when do I follow up and how many times should I follow up? The first words out of your mouth when you're talking to that client and he says no, or I got to think about it, is you need to set the first follow-up right then. John, I'd like to sit down with you and really go into detail because I know that this can help your business. And or, John, I know you're busy today, but could we get together next week on Tuesday at 7 o'clock in the morning or whatever time and give it the alternative close? Is 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock better for you? And set an appointment and put it in your appointment book. There is nothing that ticks me off anymore. And it just burns me up. It absolutely just, I literally have to go for a walk, is when someone tells me that they've got an appointment and then, trust me, when you tell me you got an appointment, I'm going to write it down. I know you've got an appointment. And when I ask you, hey, how did the appointment go? And this is what is always said. Man, I forgot all about that. You know, you just lost money because you didn't take time to write something down. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's people that are on this call. There are going to be people that are watching this video that do this all the time. Do you know the number one reason you do not re-sign a customer at the end of the year if you do an annual is because you never followed up with them. It's because you never went back and took time to ask them, was there anything else they needed? Do you know why you never go out and make any upsells based on the program that we talked about a few weeks ago of step selling everything? Do you know why you do not make those? I was talking to somebody just the other day, and they said, you know what? I've sold a bunch of apps, but you know what I don't have? I don't have any residual income. I mean, with the app system we have, that is just, to me, you just told me that, you know what? I never went back and spoke to my customers. I've never done anything, you know. I sold it. I got the money. I was so excited. I'm so excited that I forgot all the rest. I forgot all the rest of the stuff, and that I'm in business, and that I should have went back. Okay, I need to go back tomorrow or next week or the next week. And after you make that sale, guess what? You never think about that customer again until when he owes you a check. You see, there's follow up if you did not make a sale. There's follow-up if you do make a sale. There's follow-up so that you can go back and step sell those who did what? Bought the app the first place. So that you can go in and you can upsell them on the marketing platform. You can upsell them on texting. You can upsell them on every single thing you have. That's right. That's a great statement, Woodrow. It costs 5 times more to acquire a customer than to retain a customer. Acquisition of a customer is extremely expensive. I will be willing to bet. I could ask any one of you if you were sitting in front of me, because you can tell me a story on this system right here. You can say, oh yeah, I do that. There's probably 1 or 2 of you that I would believe. I can almost guarantee you that if you sat down in front of me today and I said, okay, bring in every single thing that you have, And we sat down and I said, okay, what did it cost you? What was your cost on this app? Most of you would say, oh, 10 or 15 cents. You know, I'm paying $99 for 100 apps, so it's costing me 99 cents an app and blah, blah. That's what you would tell me. That's not what I want to know. What I want to know, okay, what I want to know is this, okay? Corey, have you called our help desk off the website there, and we can go through that with you? We'd be more than happy to go through the entire program with you. What I want to know is this, okay? What I want to know is what was the actual cost of acquisition of that customer? And that was a very good point, Woodrow. Very, very good point. So what happens is this. You thought that app only cost you $10. When in actuality, you didn't figure out anything else into your day like gas, food. You know, there's a big difference in eating out while you're out and eating out while you're in. So you need to take the differentiation of that cost, because that is a cost of doing business. Your car insurance, the amount of miles you drive, how many miles you put on your tires, all of that stuff. How many oil changes did you have to have this month because you sold so many apps? All of that goes into cost of acquisition of a customer. And that's very, very important that you know that. Because follow-up does what? What is the one thing follow-up creates? What, and not a sell. I don't want to talk about a sell right now. I'm still talking about the acquisition. Okay. What is it that a follow-up, okay, what is it that a follow-up actually does? A follow-up, and I know there's a delay, so I'm going to go ahead and answer it, okay? A follow-up is this. A follow-up costs money. It costs you money to go back and see that customer. It costs you money to go back in and talk to that customer. Your time is worth what? What is your time valued at? What is people, I want you to answer a question real quick, okay? That's right. Isn't that the truth, Michael Cahill? Michael Cahill says, when I know you guys can see it, what it really costs is all the income you didn't make by not selling it, especially after you didn't do any follow-up and somebody else went in and sold it for you. You know? So, but what you need to do is this. You need to make sure that you know exactly what and this goes back to my first statement. Are you a salesperson or do you own a business? Are you doing the things you need to do to build your business, grow your business, create more income, and do all those kind of things? Is that what you're doing? Or are you just going out making a couple of sales a day? You're happy as a lark, and that's what you want to do. If that's what someone wants to do, okay, if that's what someone wants to do, then guess what? You're in the right place doing exactly what you want to do. But if you want to build a business and make your business grow, then that's what you need to do. And I really hope most of you watch this replay, because I know most of you aren't paying attention. So what you need to do is you need to build your business. And then you need to build your residual income. And you do that off of what? Follow-ups. Follow-ups are extremely important. Follow-ups are extremely critical to your business. Okay? That's right. Customers love attention. You know, they already know they will not get it from someone else. I mean, you're right. They need attention. Corey, there's a lot of options in saving the app. You can save the app from the browser. that little home screen button. When you push on that, it gives you directions exactly how to save that app. Every single browser is a little bit different, and based on the phone, that little triangle will tell you exactly how to save the app, what button you need to push, and what puts that on the home screen, the icon on the home screen. You've already gained your customer's attention. You've already done the things that you need to do. Don't lose that customer because you never made the second attempt or because you never made the third attempt. How many of you have driven by your clients' businesses, and as you drove by, you said, man, I really need to stop in there, and you just keep on driving? It happens over and over and over and over again. It's like when we first started InstantAppWizard, I'll never forget this. This was 3 years ago. 1 out of 5 businesses in 2013, 1 out of 5 businesses in 2013 would purchase a mobile app. We're going to go next week, and I've got some slides that Woodrow put together. I want to show you the difference between where the business was then and where the business is now. And based on the numbers of everything that's happening, if you're not making money in the app industry, you're probably not working. I can guarantee you're not working. And if you're not making money in the app industry and you're going out and selling 1 or 2 a day, then you're not doing follow-ups because you should be doing 4 or 5 a day. That's a guarantee. That's an absolute guarantee. So you've sat in front of me and we talked about your business, and you're not keeping up with anything. You're not keeping notes. You don't know what customers you talked to yesterday. We go over 60 days worth of business, and you've never gone back to one customer a second time. And the reason I say this is I've got a sales rep that I'm talking to tomorrow that this is exactly what her problem is. And I know without question that it happens. This is real world scenario I'm talking to you about. Now think about this over a year's period of time. You talk to 30 people a day. That's 150 people a week. That's 600 people a month. That's 6,000 people a year if you take a month off for vacation and a month off for Christmas. You talk to 6,000 people a year and you only sell 5 apps a month. Did everybody just follow those numbers? Did you just drop your teeth? Did you just fall off your chair? You should be talking to approximately 6,000 customers a year. 6,000 customers a year, and you're only selling 5 or 6 apps a month. If you're in business full time, and that's what, now I know we got some people that go out and sell and talk to some people just once a week, and that's cool. But if you go out once a week, now listen to these numbers. If you go out once a week and you put effort into 1 time a week, all right, you put effort into 1 time a week and you go out and talk to 20 people. That's what, 2, 4, 6, 80 people? 80 people a month. If you take those 2 months off I talked about, you took a month off for vacation and you took a month off for Christmas. This year alone, you talked to 800 people. Okay? Now, what is 70% of 800 people? Kenny Dutton, are you on there? Please throw that number up for me. 70% of 800 people, because that's what your closure rate should be. Your closure rate with follow-ups and referrals and everything should be 70%. And we're going to take that into consideration, that 800 people, that some of them were referrals and the whole 9 yards, but you're going to close 70% of 800 people, because that's the number of people if you just went out once a week and you talk to 30 new businesses and referrals, and you put all that into one package, okay? And you say, well, Kerry, there's no way I can talk to 30 people. No, there is a way you can talk to 30 people a week. If you don't hang around to the no shows and you don't hang around to the manager's not in, thank you, Michael Cahill. You should sell, if you go out and work 1 day a week, 560 apps a year. Now, what is 560 times 249? Could somebody do that math for me real quick? 560 times $249. This doesn't include any upsells or anything. Anything at all. So somebody figure 560 by 249, and we're going to take a look at that. This is working 1 day a week. Is the number of apps you should be creating. You should literally every year come back and say, you know what, Woodrow, I need 500 more apps or I won't make it. I'm not. You should do that actually about November because you're not going to make it through January of next year. And think what would happen if you actually did real follow-up. Think about it. Think what would happen if you did real follow-up. So anybody got that 560 times 249? Think what would happen if you did real follow-up. Your business would be off the chain. I don't understand. What is 139.440? Your business would be off the chain. Totally off the chain. Just with simple follow-up. So you've sat down and we've evaluated that you're not following up. We've sat down and we evaluated that you're not keeping notes. We sat down and we evaluated that you're not running a business. You're just being a salesperson. Okay. Now, let me tell you what my advice would be to you. All right. This would be my advice to you. The next time you walk out the door, have a notebook in your hand. And every single customer you talk to, when you get back in your car, you write down their information. And beside that information, $139,440. So that's just working 1 day a week. So if you sit in your car and you make notes on every single person, and at that very moment, because you've already asked them when you can come back, you know what the appointment is, and or you say, I'm going to be back in this area on this date because I've got 30 people that I did not close. That's an entire day's worth of work. So you make it a point to come back to that particular area so that you can do what? The second follow-up. And Mike Cahill hit it on the head a while ago when he said most people never go to number 2. And if the average sale happens on number 7, guess what you're never going to do? You're never even going to be average. Your sales will be below average because you'll never reach that position where you need to be. Never. Never. Yeah, use the voice recorder on your phone and transcribe it later. Use something. Use something. That's the key. That's the key. So it's like we used to say, and this was our famous saying, follow up, follow up, follow up, and follow up will make you more success than anything you will ever do. We used to call it FU. We didn't mean that in a bad way. That's just what we called it, you know. And we used to sit down with our sales reps, and we'd bring them in, and we wanted their FU report. And they would sit down, and we would go over the FU report. And usually, I think they made up that name because I wanted to know, and I think they were trying to imply to me what they felt about that report. But that's what we call it. It was the follow-up report, the FU report. Okay? Follow-up will either make you, follow-up will break you. With that said, I'm going to get over here to the system real quick. We got about 15 minutes left here. Someone asked if you could put a video. Kenny Dutton will love this. Kenny Dutton's fixing to get up and dance. I hope he's not in his underwear. He's usually in his underwear this time of night. But Kenny is fixing to get up and dance. Now, it was asked, can we put a video on our new website? Okay. And the question is, yes. Some of you had some custom videos that were designed for your other website. Okay. Well, you can put videos in on this website if you want to. It's very easy to do. Okay. Very, very, very easy to do. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So I hope everyone to the fortune is in. That's right. The fortune is in the follow-up. That's at least you guys understand that. I'm so thankful for that. So anyway, Kenny Dutton, I want you to look here. But I got the Republican debate here. This was part one. You can see Jindal and all the guys that ain't got a snowball's chance to even make the primary. But this was number one, okay? And I put this on here. I can do this in two places. I can put it up here under Stunning and Beautiful Web Apps, or I can drop it right here under Fantastic Features, okay? And you can put it below the text. You can wrap text around it. You can put text above it. You can put text below it. You can do it however you want to do that. All right. However you want to do that. Now, the next question is going to be, well, Carrie, how do I make that happen? I'm not going to tell you because I'm the only one that can do it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not the only one that can do it. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to come in, and everybody knows how to get the YouTube code. Everybody knows how to get the embed code. All right. You need to go to, I'm going to take this out right here. Cut. All right. Let me save this, and I want to show you exactly how it works. Now, I've gone to YouTube. I'm going to do this because somebody's going to say, well, how did you do that? So I'm going to go ahead and show you while I'm on training. If I don't, somebody's going to say, how did you get that? Okay, let's see here. Ben Carson. I love Ben Carson. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to open up Ben Carson. And I'm going to come down and I'm going to go to share. And I'm going to go to this embed code. And I'm going to copy this entire iframe. I'm not going to change anything. Let me turn this YouTube video off. Okay. Now I'm going to come back over here to my platform. Did everybody see what I did? I came in and I got the embed code right here where it says embed. Now I can show more. And I can do anything. I make a custom size or anything. I'm not going to do all that. I'm going to take the embed code. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come up here. Now, it's got to be in this description box right here. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to place this at the top of this text, okay? So I'm going to tab down and I'm just going to paste that code, that iframe code, right in above my text. All right? I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do what? I'm going to save it. I'm going to come back over here. We'll refresh this. And you can see the video shows right up. Now, I can do the same thing up here. Excuse me. I can do the same thing up here on the header section. Let's see. I'm going to put this one. I'm going to break this up just so you can see something different here. I'm going to put that code right there in the header section. I'm going to save that. I'm going to refresh my app. And you can see here, I've got text above. I've got my awesome video right here. Okay. And I've got my text below. So I can put this iframe code anywhere I want. I can put 2 videos on here. I can put 1 video on here. I can go on Fiverr and get a custom video made or anything I want to do. All right. Any questions on this? I know several people have been asking about this, and I'm excited we can do it. Any questions at all? Any questions at all? Ask now, forever hold your peace. Oh, Lord, Kenny Dutton said he's naked. We're in trouble. Now, you can only do this. Let me show you something. You see this is feature details? You can put, I do not recommend anywhere there's a description box, you can drop a video. I don't recommend doing that. I wouldn't put a bunch of videos on here, okay? But I just want to show you because somebody's going to ask. And I'm going to refresh this. Did I refresh? Maybe it won't show up in there. Maybe it won't show up in that description box. Let's see. I haven't tried that, so this is something fresh. Okay, there's the first one. There's the second one. App styles. There's the third one. Okay. So you can do anything you want. If you want to drop videos all over your site, you can. Web forms. Somebody's asking about web forms. Web forms are very simple. Let's go over here. Let's go to web apps. Edit content. Content. See right here where it says custom forms. Add new form. Form 1, email data. That means who are you emailing this to? And all you do is drag and drop whatever boxes you want over here. Make sure, I'm going to tell you now, and this happens all the time. I have people call me, I can't get my thing to work. It won't send. I don't have. That's because you forgot to put a submit button in there. You got to put the submit button. Now, something else you can do with this, you can upload a file to the email. Okay? Come over here. You can make it required or not required. You can remove the input. Required or not required means that if you put required and they don't put the data in, they cannot submit it. They will get an alert. All right? And that's how you create a form. Let's save it. Go up here to preview, reload. Here's the form. Here's your input boxes. You can browse and upload a file from your phone. Submit button. Now, if you want to change all those colors, you have to come over here to Styles and Colors. Takes a minute to come up when I'm got all this bandwidth blowing. Come over to Styles and Colors. Okay. Man. Sorry about the hack. Sorry about that. I hit the reset button. Go to Styles and Colors. Go to Advanced. Go to Forms. Okay, you can adjust your labels. Let's make the labels red, just for the heck of it. Font size 16. We'll make it bold. Text inputs. We can leave that black. You can make a border. Increase your border size. Let me come down here to the form real quick so you can see it. Sorry about that. Okay, I changed the color of my text. I changed the border size. I can make it a solid border, a dashed border. I can make it a grooved border. I can do anything I want to with it. I can change the border colors. I can change the divider color. I'll leave the background color like it is, or I can make it transparent. Okay, either one. Drop down boxes and radio buttons. I can make these the border color. We'll change the border color here. Okay. I don't have any drop down boxes. Radio buttons or switches. Let's see. Background color. We'll make it purple or whatever. And then the buttons. This would be your buttons right here. Okay. Border color. We'll make it red. And background color. We'll make it gray, dark gray, just so you can see it. Text color, we'll make that white, just so you can see it. And that's how you configure. If you want to put a border around the box, okay. You see the borders around the boxes. You can change them. Anything you want. Just and you can customize it to make it look just like your app. Okay. Any questions on the forms at all? Any questions at all on the forums? Okay, guys. Well, that will do it for trading tonight. I hope you enjoyed the follow-up. Please follow up if you want to make some money. If you really want to make some money, go follow up. I can guarantee you, if you will look back in your Rolodex that you did not keep and go back and talk to all the people that you should have talked to, you're probably losing over the last 2 years. You're probably sitting on $200,000 and don't even realize it. $200,000 and don't even realize it. Especially if you're talking to 6,000 people a week. You can upload your own photos? Yes, you can. Every place has a place where you can upload your own photos. Oops. Sorry about that. Man. Come up here to manage, go to website. Content. See the image right here? See where it says upload image? Just go in there. And now if you want to save this image and then go in, and if you want to take this same image and keep the image size, just right click on it and save image as, and save it where you're going to save it. Drop it off in your graphics program and cut the image logos. Just come over to your apps that you're building. Go into edit content. And you can come in and cut that out. Now, this is what I do. I don't have my graphics program open, I don't think. Yes, I do. Maybe I can show you this. This is what I do. Okay? And it's a kind of a pain in the butt, but I do it anyway. I save this, okay? And then what I do is I bring this image right here over. That's what I do. And then I cut out my logo. I cut out my actual whatever my image is in here. And I put it in there. But I use this phone right here for everything. And all I do is save the image. View the background image and save it. And it's already a ping file. This is already a ping file. You don't have to worry about it. Just save it as a ping file. Any questions at all? But it's very easy to upload your own images, Walter. All right. All right, folks, man, I enjoyed trading tonight. And thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for being a part of our training each and every week. It's been absolutely awesome. And with that said, everybody have a great evening. Good night. And I will see you next Wednesday night. Good night, everybody.